as your growing season starts, you're in the spring and everything is happening, you're going to get, normally, depending on where you're at, a lot of rain. We get a whole bunch of rain here. We'll get bucket loads at times. And so what that does is it not only provides the water for your plants and seeds and everything else you have in, it also creates, well, a really, really good habitat for weeds. And so there's a lot of different ways you can fight weeds. I did a video here a while back on just using the wheel hoe, but the wheel hoe is only one tool in the arsenal. So let's talk about a few more today. First thing we'll talk about is a conventional hoe. Most people have seen these. Now, this particular sweep right here, or whatever you want to call this, can come in various different widths, and you can get pointed ones and everything else, and it does a pretty good job. Unfortunately, when you use this type of hoe, it digs in pretty deep. However long this thing is, you have a tendency to get in maybe about yay far into the dirt. Now, remember, when you are weeding, you don't want to move any more dirt than you have to, because every time you move dirt, you're also moving weed seeds. Now, here in the Mid-South, we have lots and lots and lots of weed seeds. So you certainly don't want to move anything around, even if you use silage tarps, did the flame burn, you know, everything else you can do, right? You don't want to do that. So several years ago, we kind of got away from this, except for this version. Now, this is a little shorter version. This is what the grandkids use, the little grandkids. The big grandkids, of course, use the full-size tools. But this is something, and you can see that they've used it, is what they use to help weed. Now, when you have youngsters, say under, say 7, using a hoe, I wouldn't let them do too much in anything you might really need, because you may have to replant it. I'm just saying. This is a hula hoe, stirrup hoe, whatever you want to call it. And this is one of the primary tools that we use to weed here. Now, our seeds are actually spaced about yay far in most places, which allows me to get the stirrup hoe, oscillating hoe, you know, whatever you want to call this thing, in between the seeds that are planted. That allows me to make short work of any weeding. Now, let's talk about weeds in general. If you're going to weed and be serious about it, it's not something you can do once every 2 or 3 weeks. It's something that you got to be on every time you turn around. Even if you're out walking down a road and you're thinking to yourself, wow, there's no weeds here, everything is looking good. Those little critters are down there thinking about how they can germinate out. And every time that they get a chance, they're going to come up. So your task is frequent, very, very frequent shallow cultivation. Same principle with the wheel hoe. If you're using a wheel hoe and you wait for the weeds to get about maybe yay high, you're going to have a very rough day. So, very shallow, very frequent cultivation, and you'll control the weeds. Anyway, stirrup hoe works great. This one's about 20 years old. These are the wheel hoes we use. I've showed them in several videos, or primarily what we use. This is the Whiz Bang. I built this probably 20 years ago. This is a Haas. It's probably 2 or 3 years old. The thing about the Haas that I like is it's got a lot of different attachments. We've got a dibble wheel for it. We've got sweeps. We've got cultivator attachment. Anyway, they're both highly effective for fighting weeds. This is a new addition this year. This is a single Tine hoe. Hopefully you can see that. It's got a very sharp, I mean really sharp edge up here. And this tip allows you to get in very, very close to the plants. Now, obviously you don't want to go too deep and tear out your plants, although, let's talk about that for a minute. If you're doing any serious hoeing, eventually you're going to snag a plant and then you're going to be aggravated. The other day, about a week or so ago, I snagged a sweet potato slip. Cut it clean off, looks great. Unfortunately, so I had to replant that sweet potato slip. But nonetheless, this single tine hoe will allow us to get very close. And you don't just go straight on like this. You go like this most of the time and clear off about the first ½ inch of weeds that you have around your primary plant. And it keeps things pretty clean. Let me show you how these things work. As you can see, you can get pretty close with it. Now, especially with pumpkins, they're going to shade out whatever's in there anyway. So you got to stay ahead of it before they come. Even with the really small weeds, they all need to go before you have a real problem. So let's take a look here. Yeah, got a little bit more here in the front. So that's kind of how it's done. I wish that the weed pressure didn't make such a big difference in whatever you're growing, but it does. Now, commercial farming, how do they deal with it? Well, they spray. You can have selective herbicides, you can use Roundup Ready, you can do whatever you want to do if you want to spray. I prefer not to spray anything. Now, with that said, that's not to say that 100% of the time I won't spray. If it gets way out of hand and I'm going to lose a complete crop of something, I'll at least consider it. Normally in a circumstance like that, if the season will allow it, we'll turn and burn again, replant, and try one more time. But if you have weeds all over the place, you either didn't do your soil preparation properly, or more likely, you had a few hot days and you just didn't get out to it. But weeds will destroy your crop. They harbor insects, they harbor critters, they allow for disease, all kinds of bad things happen. So, get you a hoe, be ready to sweat. It's 85 degrees out here today. Probably 80, 90% humidity, which is not unusual here in the Mid-South in mid-May. And go to work. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, I'll see you down at the barn.